All right, I'm gonna give you the rundown of what's going on with my sewer here, Tom. So, got the back basement bathroom. This is the northwest corner. Kind of started removing the vanity and stuff. So we got a vanity, toilet, and shower. This wall's gonna get knocked down. Everything's gonna be modernized and remodeled eventually. So it's gonna be for next year. But got some plumbing in this bathroom. I'm not sure the exact configuration, but it runs up underneath this wall. And underneath the stack, you can see they've cut it up at one point, and I'm not sure what they did. My guess is rotted out, because that's kind of why I tore into that vanity, was it wasn't draining very well. So I think the cast had rotted out some point, some in here. But I didn't see any evidence of replacement when I scoped it. I had it scoped 3 times, and they went in through that clean out there and out. But when I remodeled the bathroom upstairs, I had to put a rear flush toilet to avoid that joist there. That comes out and dumps into the main stack here. The main stack's angled, so it's kind of janky right now. My plan is to bring the main stack and make it vertical again, and tie it into the ground kind of right where my toe is. So there's going to be a little bit of an offset here. It's going to come back and then go underneath that furnace. Now, I am going to put an ejector pump down here, pretty much somewhere in here, and that's going to pump up and out, and then into the main stack right here somewhere. But yeah, I have diagrams of that configuration. I'll forward those to you. But yeah, it goes up underneath this intake. They've replaced some plumbing here with PVC. This is where the kitchen and main laundry come in from upstairs. You can see it come up right there. That's the laundry, and then the kitchen comes in from over here. You can see my janky plumbing over there. But yeah, it comes in over this way. So there is a 45 degrees they've replaced here with PVC at some point. So that had rotted out. Not sure what the heck they did, but it's in the sewer scope. I'll send you a link to that. It angles here, goes underneath the hot water heater, underneath the closet. And so I'm going to have to remove the hot water heater when I do it, which isn't too bad. So it's just a couple fittings, and yeah, just the gas line there. It'd be easy to move. But biggest pain in the butt is just draining the damn thing. But take you out to the main living area. This is the back utility room, obviously. So sorry for the mess. I've been sick. But yeah, it comes out underneath this closet here. Angles at 22 degrees, somewhere in here. Comes out here to the corner, about the corner of the black tile here. And then angles 22 degrees back. And they did that to avoid the footing on this fireplace, which is probably a foot down plus, who knows. But angles back out, straight out from here, and then out pretty much right here, just on the opposite side of that outlet. And so there's a pressure relief drain here with some sort of abandoned 1-inch condensate drain that's copper. And that's like 6 inches down. So that's probably another 2 or 3 inches above the top of the cast iron. So there's plenty of room to bring that line up. And I'm just going to put that back bathroom on an ejector pump eventually. But my goal here is just to run the main living area for now and get the main line run. So I am going to put in a sump pump right here. And since I have an excavator, I'm going to go ahead and put in a new weeping tile, which will dump into the sump pump right here. And the sump pump will pump up and out, probably like right there. Who knows? Haven't really thought too much about it, but it'll probably pump right up through here. And I have a plug there. Don't plan on putting on a dedicated circuit, so hell with it. But yeah, it'll go there. I'll take you upstairs and show you the outside configuration, what's going on. But I just ordered a 16-inch saw to cut through all that shit, and a little mid-sized jackhammer. Say cheese. Cheese. Stay put, Bradley. No, you're not coming out. Okay, so there's no trees or anything out here. So I started removing some of this rock and landscaping to make it a little bit easier when we start excavating, but The weeping tile I'm going to put in on just the front side of the house, since that's the low side. And so, give you kind of panorama here. So there's a big wide open yard, plenty of space here. So I plan on excavating here first, kind of parking the excavator right where I'm standing, dig here, and dump over here, dig, dump, and then move over here, dig this corner of the house, dump that way, dig, dump. So that's going to be all weeping tile there. So we'll put it all around pretty much the base of the house, all the way down, and it'll dump into the sump pump right here. These steps over here are going to be removed. I'm going to be doing that the next 2 weeks. These steps here, these have to go. They're cracked, and I'm having some sort of moisture issue from that crack there or something. So that all this has to go, and the weeping tile has to go underneath that anyway. So Saturday I'm going to be jackhammering this up, removing the rail, getting that out of here. So yeah, all this has to be excavated here. I'm going to buy a pretty big excavator to do it, and the main line comes out like I showed you, pretty much right here next to this window. So back up here, you can see kind of there is a depression here a little bit. You can see the green line out there in the road where they marked it. I don't know how accurate their marking is, but I don't know if you can kind of see that depression there. That's kind of where there's been standing water in the line. So you can see there's plenty of room, no trees, no nothing. Wide open, and I'm going to have 10 tons of gravel delivered there under the driveway. And yeah, so it's going to be excavating down about 7-8 foot, pretty much to, right underneath that window there. So yeah, that's kind of a rundown of what I have going on. So I'll send you some other stuff here too.